married Aaliyah when she was 15, and nothing happened. If he even thought about marrying that little bald-headed girl from Stranger Things, America would be like, I believe you can fly your ass to prison.
That is a clip from our next guest who has a stand-up special that is airing tomorrow. It's called No One Loves You. I'm glad you played that clip, DJ Wonder, because you had no way of knowing we was going to start the show off this morning talking about that very topic. 888-742-3345 if you want to join in. But first, let's welcome Roy Wood Jr. to the show.
What's happening? An honor and a pleasure.
Nah, man, we're happy to have you, but I'm so glad that you are here. And again, you had no way of knowing because our phones have been blowing up for different reasons. Obviously, we do radio. Some of us on double duty here, Sirius XM. DJ Wonder has a show. Tell them about your show, DJ Wonder.
It happened last night, 10 o'clock on Wednesdays, Animal Status.
Don't matter. You still got a show.
All over the place.
All over the place. Hustle.
Be proud of it.
Yeah.
Be proud of it. I have a show at night as well, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to midnight, called The Happy Hour with Heather B on Sirius XM Fly, Channel 47. Get this, Roy, where we only play hip-hop and R&B from the 90s and the 2000s. So, of course,
you like that?
The one and only Robert Kelly pops up every now and then into the music
Gotta
stream.
click and drag that file down to the recycle bin.
But here's the thing. Now, people have been calling saying, why is R. Kelly still playing on the station when it's not necessarily his song, but he's in songs with Biggie. He's in songs with Cassidy. He's in songs with Aaliyah. He's in songs with Jay-Z. He wrote Fortunate for Maxwell. Do I pull all these songs, Roy Wood Jr.?
How deep does the boycott hole go? That's what people are trying to figure out now.
I want you to help me figure.
R. Kelly has done so much. His fingerprints everywhere. My man Fonte, shouts out to him on Twitter. Fonte said it best. R. Kelly is the high fructose corn syrup of black music. Everywhere, in everything. You think it ain't in there, but it's in there.
You got to double check.
I don't know. I almost have to feel like you leave it up to those artists. If it was their project and they had R. Kelly featured on it, then I think it's up to the artist.
Which is
to
why,
decide.
even with B2K going back on tour, people are asking them, are you going to do some of the hits that were written, like solely written by Mr. R. Kelly? And they said, we got to for this tour because people are expecting them. It's basically the spine of our brand. But after that, we will not perform it anymore.
After we get the money off of it real quick. Let me go and get this money off of it. Then I'll come back around and protest.
DB?
When when you're doing the Daily Show, or even if when you're doing a special or just stand up in general, and there's topics like this where it's the pulse of everything that's going on right now, and you could say a joke that, funny or not, somebody might get offended. You know what I mean? Like somebody might think it's funny, somebody might be like, "Oh, how dare you?" Make a joke out of that. So how do you specifically know where you want to go when you're writing material for stuff like that?
It's about your truth. How you take it, that's on you. I can't worry about that. I can't concern myself with how everybody else is going to perceive it, because then you're constantly crafting what you want to be for the sake of acceptance instead of spitting what really means something real to you. Now, you also have to be careful. My specialist I take my special at the Vic Theater in Chicago.
Okay.
And I did R. Kelly joke in Chicago, but I did it on the second show, not the first taping.
Okay.
Because you need to be aware of goons. And as I was confirmed by Chappelle himself, R. Kelly will send the goons, and you ain't gonna send no goons to me because I have no goons. I'm a goonless comedian.
So you did it on the second night. Was the show goonless on the second night?
Yeah. I ain't got no goons. Look at me.
No, you said you did the joke on the second night.
Yeah, I did the joke on the second show. No, it was 2 shows one night.
Oh,
First show, I just ran the hour we taped it. Second show, I was like, man, we got to talk about this. Let me tell y'all what's going on with the music. But it's basically talking about how we still live in a society, and that's what the special is about, man, is that most people in this world will put themselves before you, period, point blank. If you have people that are still willing to listen to the music, it's because the music takes them back to something that's happy. Because a lot of people that really enjoy music, it either helps you remember something really good or escape something that was really terrible.
Right.
So maybe for a lot, and not maybe, for a lot of black people, this musician, this artist in question, takes them back to something, and they'll put their happiness before your humanity in a heartbeat.
888-742-3345 if you want to join in on this conversation. Roy Wood Jr. is here. His special, No One Loves You, premieres tomorrow on Comedy Central. We got Rich on the line from San Antonio, Texas. What up, Rich?
Yeah.
What up?
What up?
LB, been watching you since the Real World Boogie Down production.
Thank you, family. I appreciate you. You're a citizen of Sway in the morning. Say what up to Roy, too.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, Roy, I just wanted to call simply to say thank you. You are my favorite stand-up comedian. I look forward to your special tomorrow night.
Man.
You're killing me with the McDonald's jokes and stepping in at 2 a.m. and the stuff you've done on the Daily Show. You got your Uncle Derek. I'm rolling every time I see you. I just want to say thank you for your comedy. Appreciate what you're doing. Look forward to all your work.
Thank you, brother. Got nothing but love for the 210. My Uncle Derek, man, that's one of the strongest brothers I know. That man be alcoholism, crack, and cocaine, all in the same wop, man. That's a survivor and a soldier. He's an
trifecta.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God.
You're a citizen of Sway in the morning, Uncle, too. All right, you got that.
Man.
Join us for Celebrity Wire, Roy, for sure.
You know you love celebrity drama,
Don't ask me a question like that. I'm not biting.
especially when it's caught on camera.
No! Don't shut me up!
It's time for Celebrity Wire on Sway in the Morning
Oh, God, here we go.
on Shade 45.
Roy Tracy G is going to tell us some stories, some things that's happening in the wild world of celebrity. We'd love for you to hang out and
I'm
sort
in
of
the
give
mix.
your take.
I'm in the mix.
Yeah,
Okay,
give your
Roy,
take on
let's
some
see
of
this
the-
by how much.
Fight some of this morning radio rust off me from my
Okay.
Southern days.
Let's go.
All
You
right.
ready? All right, let's start off with Erykah Badu, Dreamhampton. Erykah Badu, recently people were criticizing her for seemingly defending R. Kelly when she was on stage at a concert. She said that she was praying for him, but a lot of people just took that and felt like, you know what? It's inappropriate during those times. We don't care if prayer is a positive thing. There's no room for it. Then she got even more flack online because it was said that a producer reached out for her voice, for her face to be a part of the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. Erykah Badu vehemently denies that anyone reached out. So she goes on Twitter. She says, that's not true. I've never worked with him. She's referencing the producer. I do not know him personally and was never asked to be a part of the documentary. Then she says, I'm not interested in qualifying the actions of others. I was sending a message of love to all involved who are hurting. So that was her just trying to further explain the prayers that she brought up on stage. In swoops in Dreamhampton. Reminder for some of you citizens that she is the lead producer, the creator for the entire Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. She jumps in on Twitter and says, I asked producer T. Farris to contact Erykah to be in the doc because I wanted clarity on two things. One, a quote attributed to her. The quote is, no one has done more for black people than R. Kelly. And two, what was she thinking when she called him her brother at the Soul Train Awards? Erykah Badu, she comes in again. She says, no ma'am, I was not ever contacted by anyone to be in the documentary Dreamhampton. You know that's not true. I wasn't a necessary component. You had all the right people, the ones close to the situation, but for now, produce this producer's request or apologize. It's simple. And then finally, we have Dreamhampton. Her closing statement was, apologize? Are you kidding? Again, you publicly said he did more for black people than anyone. If you want to apologize for that, fine. Apology accepted on behalf of Harriet and the whole crew. What you meant by calling him your brother from the stage, I'll never know. Roy Wood Jr., who do you think is telling the truth and who's hitting us with some fiction?
I don't think Dreamhampton would have put together a documentary if she was interested in minting facts and pulling a Fire Festival propaganda scam. I'll just say that, because that's a lot. That documentary in and of itself is a lot to unpack. So why wouldn't you do that if it wasn't the truth? Also, there's a serious lack of Dreamhampton being called out by anybody that was close to that situation and saying, nah, that was wrong. That fact is wrong. She hasn't been fact checked nearly as much as a lot of other shadier productions. So I feel like because of that, you got to err on the side of Dream on that one. I'm more inclined to believe the producer on that, because that was an extensive project. If anything, what we really learned from all of this is that if you want a celebrity to be a part of your project, you just got to tweet their ass in public. Ain't no more have the producer, my white people call your white people. No, man, just literally tweet me directly and then just say, did you see the tweet or not?
Because everybody will screenshot shit nowadays.
Exactly. And the fans will go, hey, did you see Dream? Dream reached out. Ain't no more reaching out behind closed doors no more. You just got to hit somebody up direct.
Tracy G, what else you got?
Let's move over to Chris
Because honestly,
Brown.
I hate the whole story.
I know,
hate that
right.
the two of them, such accomplished women, you know, for different reasons in their field, and it's reduced to this, like back and forth and everything.
Choosing sides,
I just
too.
don't. I just don't like any of. I don't like shit on Twitter.
What I will say
Bottom
though,
line.
And the same goes for Taraji P. I feel like we have to be careful when we're looking at, especially black women that have, up until this point in the zeitgeist, done things that have been for the culture and defended blackness, to write them off because, you said something that wasn't quite what I should have heard, so now I hate you forever. You can't do that.
Oh
you can't treat people like that.
Give human beings room for error, man. It's impossible for us to not be walking around with flaws. It's impossible for someone to be your favorite 24/7.
Yeah, it's wild out here, Roy. That's all I know. Wait till your stand-up special
Y'all
come out tomorrow.
Catch me. I deleted my Twitter. It's gone.
Oh, really?
You can't find nothing I said from other than last year. It's gone.
We did the same thing.
It's all gone. You can find a tweet from last year, but anything before that is no, man. You don't need to find that. It wasn't even like it's anything bad, but how you know something that's there now ain't gonna get you fired in 2029?
Right. Control the narrative, Sway Calloway would say.
It's crazy.
Okay, someone who definitely knows what it feels like to be the center of controversy, the center of criticism is Chris Brown, and he felt it heavy for a full 24 hours when he was arrested, accused of rape from a 24-year-old model earlier in January in Paris. However, he got off. The charges were dropped. And he said, you know what? How's this for a plot twist? I'm going to sue this woman for character defamation. And now we're hearing even more stories, some of the details behind apparently what the cops thought of as big problems with this woman's story. This is coming from TMZ. So her side of things was that he raped her in a hotel suite dressing room from somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes. She says she then went into another room, was raped again, this time by one of his friends. And then she said she was abused for a third time in another room. And then the police were like, this doesn't really add up because Chris Brown was with about 20 or 25 people. And he said that he had never been in the room.
How big was this goddamn hotel room?
Well, shit, it's Chris Brown. They just got to flex for the fucking flexing.
Got the whole floor.
Even if it was just 2 people with him, he's having the whole floor. But he said, I was playing new music for a group of 20 to 25 people who stand as witnesses to my innocence.
What I want to know, Roy, is how come his innocence to all of this ain't trending like it was?
Right.
He's in jail, accused of rape,
Right.
and got some drugs on. That shit was trending for 24 hours. How come his innocence
24
ain't trending?
Because nobody cares about the truth. People care about the juice.
It's
The
crazy.
juice is in the drama. Even when the newspaper offer correction, they put that shit on page 3 in font size 2
That's true. A little asterisk.
Wonder said that.
in the bottom left-hand corner.
That's so fast.
Page 86.
If Chris Brown, goddamn it, Chris Brown, you just got to have, like, you remember the movie The Truman Show with just the camera for all time, live feed. Chris Brown, you just got to IG live forever. That's the only solution.
Just stay on it.
At this point, just forever. Just he need to hire a nigga that just his only job is name the nigga IG live. IG, just follow me and stream forever.
That's so
Tracy
funny.
G, in this on a
Sex,
really,
showers, taking the shit, everything.
He got to go IG live.
Full Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Tracy
That's
G.
funny because that's what what's his face Billy McFarland did. You know, the guy behind the Fire Fest
Festival.
fraud, whatever, however you want to call it. But later he had someone like filming everything when he tried to do another scam after coming out from court, and that's what helped him to get caught.
Wow.
And I think he was trying. I don't know what. Anyway,
Am I the only person that, aside from the Bahamians that were on the ground who suffered fiscally and physically from the Fire Festival, I'm the only person that don't have that much? Like, you know, I don't watch so many powerful documentaries about race and Flint and real issues, and then there's just some white folks that got scammed by a janky promoter. That's just what it was. And that part of it, I'm just like, yeah.
No, I think it was bigger than that. I think it has to do with a cautionary tale for millennials and how these influencers can get you to believe something just by the surface. You know what I mean? And you don't do any further investigation and fact checking, and then also how FOMO can get on your impulses to go and spend all this dough. But
That's just to me. That's just buyer beware, and I'm sure
Right.
y'all already talked about it. I'm not trying to.
I haven't seen the doc. Tracy just told me about it today.
there's one on Hulu, and then there's one on Netflix.
It's a big fat buyer beware. It's no different when the old dude call up your grandmama and say, "I got it. I'm Nigerian, and please give me all the money."
I'm dead.
You can do a documentary on that. I feel
Speaking
sorry.
of which,
Publishers Clearinghouse type shit.
Yeah, it's just this the new get got.
Yo.
Y'all got.
Right.
Black folks know that the girl on the flyer ain't gonna never be at the party. Y'all got tricked
That's
by
funny.
the video.
Right? You got Melissa Ford on the fucking
for
flyer.
real.
Nah,
Walking
JD
around the
is
whole
on the
club.
line. Wait, it's just funny because it's funny that Roy mentioned this. JD, you on the line from Cleveland. What you want to say to Roy? JD? Do I hear you?
What's up, bro? You there?
His phone is, the call is here, but
Oh,
I
something
can't.
must have-
damn,
It
JD.
must have locked. He wanted to say, though, I can read his comment. He says that he loves your prank phone call.
Oh, yeah, man. Them prank calls got me in a lot of trouble. I got suspended twice from radio back in the day.
What?
Yeah, you call people, man. Actually, Cleveland's where I got ran up on after a show by a person I prank called.
What happened?
Buddy's son got caught. I can say this. This is Shay. He got caught playing with his dick in the classroom. Little kid. Because that's what boys do. You get your first pubic hair and you
In the classroom? You did that?
No, I'm telling. That's what the dude's son did. So I
Okay.
called him and accused his son of teaching my son how to touch his dick in the classroom. And he said, well, let's fight. And I said, fine, meet me at the school. This nigga drove to the school for real. And I called him and said, hey, it's a prank, big deal. And I let it go. Three months later, I'm performing in Cleveland, and the dude was at my show, front row, didn't laugh the whole time. Then after the show, shook my hand and said, if I wanted to touch you, I could touch you. Be safe out here, brother.
Be safe, though.
Yeah, it's on some Jay Prince shit.
Yeah, that was just about to bring that up. The infamous Jay Prince phone call when you went on Twitter and told that story.
I got to dap Sway up one day on that, man,
For the
because
TRL.
he made something right. He righted or wrong right there. That was another prank that almost that did go to the left. As I come to
What
find out.
happened? For those of us that don't know.
Right.
So I had 2 or 3 prank call albums, and you know, how back in the day, comedy and rap had a more active relationship.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
my
yeah.
pranks were on everybody's skits. So a record label in Houston reached out and said, yo, we want to do an album with you where you just prank call celebs. Fly down to Houston. We'll start prank calling these people in the studio. Bet. I fly to Houston. I land at 10, studio at noon. We start prank calling. First person we prank is Jay Prince.
Damn, bro.
thought
Why
that was a good idea?
exactly?
The producer,
Okay.
they had a relationship with Rap a Lot. They did all of this.
Just
fucking
listen to the
consignment.
story. Listen to the
Okay.
story.
So I get Jay Prince on the phone, and I'm fronting like I run a mom and pop. Yeah, man, these Rap-A-Lot albums ain't selling. Rap-A-Lot is trash. These trash-ass artists. Where you at so I can smack you?
Oh.
To Jay fucking Prince. And so Jay Prince, you know, in a prank call, you supposed to yap back with me. Jay Prince, smooth as shit, just goes, where you at?
He was in a limo, right? He was right.
He's in the car. He go, where you at? I said, you don't need to worry about where I'm at. Just have my money. I hear you doing all this yelling, brother, but where you at? And the engineer in the room started crying. Like, he started shaking. Like,
Oh, tears of fear.
my engineer starts crying. And so the producer busts in and goes, Jay, it's a prank. It's a prank. We're just playing with you. It's us with the record label. And he go, oh, you over there at that record studio. I know exactly where you at. Hey, nigga, turn the car around. Click. And so everybody starts freaking out. And I go, this nigga's about to come to the studio and whoop my ass for trying to prank call him. So I packed my shit and went back to the airport and got a same-day confirmed fare differential ticket on Continental Airlines and went smooth the fuck back to Birmingham. And I was in Houston, Texas, a total of 4 hours.
So how did Sway right the wrong?
He had Jay Prince on
Jay
TRL
Prince does the book tour.
Right? Recently.
Oh, what?
a couple months ago.
Sway comes on, because I tweeted this story when Jay Prince was doing all the
The story went viral on Twitter. It was like the funniest
It's just
shit.
everybody telling Jay Prince story. Nigga, here's my Jay Prince story. This is 2004, so this is throwback. Sway asked Jay about the story. They called me live on the air, and he asked Jay, he goes, do you remember that story? And Jay Prince said, yeah. And he said, were you going over there? Were you really headed to the studio? And Jay Prince said, I just wanted to laugh with him.
Ha 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 ha.
So
Wow.
it's all good now.
Yeah, so-
but it confirmed what my fear and the engineer fear was that he come beat the shit out of us. And I'm not here to get the beat. I'm a comedian, man. I don't fight.
Right.
I don't know how to. No, man. I'm here to do these prank calls. Clearly, you all have not vetted these celebrities I'm supposed to be pranking. I'll be in Birmingham. Let me know when you want to do this again.
I'm dying at the engineer who just started crying, yo.
Like everything you ever worked for in life was gone.
That ain't even the hook. The hook is Jay Prince still live on television 2018, 14 years later said, I just went to go laugh with him. Like, I'm not even trying to incriminate myself years and years, almost a decade
Hello.
later. I just came to laugh with you, homie.
And who the fuck say that? Who the fuck say, hey, man, where you at so I can come laugh with you? That was a funny joke. I sure would like to come enjoy it with you in person.
His special, Roy Wood Jr., is out tomorrow. No One Loves You. Thank you so much,
Hey, thank
Roy,
y'all, man.
for hanging out with us.
Appreciate
Make
it.
sure you check it out 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow on Comedy Central, 10 Central, no pun intended. Where can they hit you up at on social media?
Oh, you know it's Roy Wood Jr. @sign in front of it is everything.com is the main mothership.
Make sure you do that. Tracy G, thank you for that Celebrity Wire.